huge shout out for Omar, for Omar Grouch TV. Like, dude, and like, yes, what was it, like 2 days ago on Rise. Like, chatting with him was awesome. Chatting with you, buddy? Great. Big thumbs up.
So behind me is the Allen House, the most haunted house in all of Arkansas, and maybe many other states around. And we're getting exclusive inside access to this place. And we actually have a special guest who happens to be an author. His name's Tate Levi.
Where's Tate at? There's Tate. Come over here, Tate. You're a special guest, Tate and his wife, Crystal.
Go ring the doorbell, y'all.
Let's rock it. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Hi. Come on in. How you doing? I'm good.
Sorry we're late.
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Since you guys are running a little bit late, I'll go ahead and just, real quick so you can get to business. I'm sure you're excited to go ahead and just start investigating and see what happens.
I'm gonna take pictures.
Most groups do have something happen. It's a lot of EVP stuff. Sometimes they get interaction with their devices, like their EMF meters and stuff like that. We haven't ever had just a regular group come in and capture anything really interesting on video, except for ghost hunters and ghost brothers. So, the ghost hunters one was really, really interesting. I don't know if you guys have seen that or not, but it was really cool. That was a very interesting night and a really cool reveal whenever they finally came back and showed us all that stuff. But anyway, so by the way, I'm Rebecca. If I didn't say that all right already, I'm sorry.
I'm Pamela.
Good to meet you, Pamela.
And I'm Stacia. Nice
Stacia.
I'm Mike.
Mike. Crystal.
We appreciate y'all letting us be here today.
Hi, good. Yeah. And this is my husband, Mark. He's the one who wrote the book.
I read the book.
He knows everything. So we're gonna go have dinner. Let you guys do your thing. And then when we come back, we might sit in with you, and you can ask us any questions you have.
I'm sure Rob has a ton of questions.
Yeah, and sometimes they respond better when we're in the room, and that's one of the reasons why we kind of sit in sometimes to help groups out, because they just, especially Mark, I mean, they love him. So he's kind of the magnet. Wherever he goes, they will follow, I think. But he's going to show you like the 3 hotspot places in the house, and then we're just going to let you go for it, and then, like I said, we'll be back.
Actually, I think you wrote a book on my hometown, West Union, Ohio.
West Union in Ohio? Yeah.
There was another author, one of the other.
Yeah, my first novel was set in Adams County, Ohio.
Yeah.
And Peebles and West Union. And,
Born and raised 240 acres out there.
yeah. Well, when I was growing up, my family owned a farm there near West Union, somewhere in between West Union and Peebles. We didn't live there full time, but I spent a lot of my summers up there. And made an impression.
Yeah. It's quite a place, ain't it?
Oh yeah, Yeah, I've written quite a few.
You guys can chit chat. I'm not sure everybody else to have. Anybody, I mean, that's fine. You guys can talk all you want. I just want you guys. I want everybody to have take full advantage of the time you have in the house. I don't mean it. This is the downstairs bathroom that people get locked in. Right here, this is just a closet under the stairs. And I'll have you go this way through the parlor. This is the parlor. Kind of always been the parlor.
Ooh, a pink chandelier. I've never seen a pink.
The only original light fixture is in the dining room. All the rest were removed by a former owner. This is Mark's study, like Jillian's office area, and then this is just the maid's staircase and hallway back here. You're welcome to walk back there. Feel free to wander around anywhere in the house, that you want during the evening. That's the lounge. This is the kitchen. This is where the original kitchen was, and we moved it from that room back into here. So all of this is kind of new, changed around. This is like a little bathroom and storage area behind that door, so that'll just stay closed.
That's unique.
This is the butler's pantry.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the dining room.
Oh wow.
This is the hotspot room in the house. I think every group has gotten something in this room, even the one that only recorded one EVP the whole night, and it was just that, what was it, the one you said, something about they didn't like them. What was that EVP?
Yeah, Caddy said, leave this house.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, they got the whole night, but it was in here. So there's always something in here, even if it's just they don't like you.
Funeral services, right?
Yeah.
Or,
Alan Bonner said something in the attic to this.
Oh, did he? I thought they only got that one that night.
They got two. They had
Okay.
Caddy in here saying, leave this house, and they got Alan Bonner in the attic saying, jerk.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, they didn't like them, and they didn't get anything except for that, but it was enough to.
Well, it's because they were baiting the spirits.
Yeah,
and
let 'em
they
know.
didn't like that at all.
We live here full time with 5 kids. A 19-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 6-month-old baby, and no one has a problem living in the house with the ghosts. So this is not like some scary haunt. You're going to be able to come in here and feel pretty comfortable during your investigation. I would be really surprised if you were uncomfortable. If you're sensitive to things like this, then, I mean, of course, you're probably going to notice it in one room maybe more than others. You might notice them, you might feel them come into rooms and stuff like that, but it's not going to be anything like, I mean, it's not like a poltergeist type of haunt or anything like that. I mean, it's like we just live with another family you can't see.
Yeah.
I mean,
Most of the time.
yeah. This was the Allen's music room, and I'll set these pictures out. You guys are welcome to, look at these at any time during the night. There's some pictures that were taken of this room, that room, in like the 1970s, and they'll be sitting right there. Go ahead and go up the stairs. This was the master bedroom, and then this adjoining room with the sitting room. And this was Liddell's room. So this is another hotspot room in the house. They've captured a lot of EVPs and things. Mark and I have had a lot of experiences in this room. Most of our experiences happen, broad daylight. So just because you turn the lights off doesn't mean something ghostly is going to happen.
Yeah.
But we have had experiences in the evening after the sun's gone down in here. So I mean,
is this the window that they see her?
this is the window where Mark saw a doppelganger of me.
Yeah.
Where when we drove by the house one time, we saw a woman sitting in this window. I mean, so there's a lot of activity with this room. So
heard that story.
you'll probably get EVPs in here if nothing else. I'll keep saying EVPs because that's what most groups get.
Yeah.
LA Spirits, when they came, they captured so many that they said that the Allen House is where EVPs are born. I mean, they've just never been anywhere that they had that much. So
Definitely got to get the recorder
hopefully
going.
you'll get something recorded. People come on tours and they record voices with their cell phones. This is the toy room. It was the toy room when Joshua and Jacob were little when we moved in the house, and then we turned it into Joshua's bedroom, and then when he went to college, when we started having little people again, then we turned it back into a toy room. So there's been the only thing I remember in this room is they used to have problems with the TV. There was always the TV. And then all the doppelganger activity that we had with Jacob when he was little, we would always see him downstairs and realize it wasn't him. He was always in this room. Like, it would always wait till he was settled in this toy room and then go run around downstairs. And we'd always think it was
That's cool.
him in two places. And this is his room. so, that's how he makes the bed. But Jacob will be here all night too. His room, not really much activity in here either. We did have a flashlight thing happen, like a flashlight conversation thing happen in here once. But this room and the adjoining, these were the daughters' rooms. And then later, the oldest daughter and her son, and then Liddell's son, when they lived here with the grandmother, they used these rooms. So it's always been the kids' side of the house upstairs.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Wilson.
This is a hot spot in the house. This is Allen Bonner's special playroom. I mean, one of the stories about this house that's been around since the 1950s is that Allen Bonner haunted this turret room up here in the attic, which was a special playroom when he was a kid, and also a special study room for him. He built that table. It's kind of a table, desk, also sort of a footstool, really. You can see that he signed it, Allen Bonner, January 20th, 1932. He has the names of a couple of high school friends of his, Keats Henry and Gene Lipscomb, whom he dubs the Old Village Half-Wits. And when we bought the house, there were planks laid across these rafters. And you couldn't see up into the turret at all. It was completely covered with these planks of wood. And one day, I came up here and I wiped this off, and that's when I discovered there was writing on the table. The dust was so thick on the table that you couldn't see the writing. I wiped that off. And then I looked up and I noticed that there was an opening right above this table. And it dawned on me that if you climbed up on this table, you could pull yourself up into the turret, and that this was probably a playroom.
Oh, yeah.
And so I started taking the planks down, and I found all kinds of little items up there that supported my theory that it was a playroom. There were toy parts of toy airplanes, parts of an old radio. There was a paddle that Allen Bonner probably stole from Grandma. There was an old photographic plate, really old, early 20th century photographic plate, that and the image had dissolved because of heat and time. But it was one of these old photographic plates, the kind used probably in the late 19th, very early 20th century. And there was an old newspaper from the 1930s up there. So all sorts of items that indicated that, somebody spent time up there, that it was indeed a playroom.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. But the stories that have been around since the 1950s are that the house was haunted by Liddell and her son, Allen. And this was Allen's special domain. And I know the first EVP that Louisiana Spirits recorded was up here, and it was Allen Bonner. One of the investigators said, "Is Allen Bonner here?" And as clear as day, she could actually hear him and recorded the voice. And he said, "Sure," which is very unusual, as you know, to actually hear the voice when, and then have it on your recording. Usually
that'd be cool.
You just record it, yeah. This floorboard, this loose floorboard that you see here, that I never put down properly. This is the floorboard that I pulled up the day I found the letters.
Oh, the letters. Yeah.
The letters. I found that the letters were right in here. Liddell would push them down through this opening right here, and then she would reach in and retrieve them and reread them whenever she wanted to. When I pulled out the first envelope full of letters, I ran downstairs and got a claw hammer and came back up and ripped this floorboard up. And there were letters all in here, 80, 82, 83.
Yeah, I was meaning to ask you where you found them at.
There were a couple of additional letters along with this batch. They weren't from 1948, though. They were from 1945. One was from her ex-husband, Boyd, and it was a very affectionate letter written the Sunday after Thanksgiving, 1945. And then there was a letter from a guy that Liddell had spent some time with in New Orleans, and it had insect damage, or it has insect damage, and so the signature is obliterated. So we don't know the name of this guy, but it's clear from what remains of the letter that they spent some time together in New Orleans, and Liddell's sister, older sister Lonnie, and Lonnie's husband Carl were down in New Orleans at the same time, and they disapproved of this guy. And the guy is saying he's really sorry that her Liddell's sister and brother-in-law didn't, understand. We're so judgmental, that sort of thing. Yeah. But the guy talks about Liddell just being the sweetest thing he'd ever known, and how he could tell she was upset that morning when she left. and he talks about how he's getting ready to leave the hotel now. He's already called a cab, but he wanted to mail this letter, and so it's a kind of a provocative and touching letter from one of Liddell's paramours, someone who preceded Prentice in 1950.
Well, hope you all got a nice little experience there with the stories of the Allen House. Now we're fixing to set up and see what we can find. Like I just seen something move through that mirror behind me. I literally just seen something go through the mirror.
So there's some of the letters in that glass case up there. You'll have all evening to, look at all this stuff too. This is a picture of Alan Bonner, if you want to know what he looked like, right there. That picture right there is Liddell on the wall. This picture right here is Caddy. In the case. This is the baby picture of Liddell.
Who's here with us in the dining room? I know somebody's here. You can talk to me. See?
Is it lighting up?
There's something weird going on in there. What's in the study? It's weird going. Weird. And then I went to this. Right here. This is where it was. There was something weird that.
You got a
see how
photo
dark
or
that
something?
photo is? Then I went back and
She
took a
took
picture and looked
pictures
at
and I
that.
took pictures. My pictures look like they would look normally, and her pictures showed up kind of.
Yeah, that's what I did over there
Let
too.
me see your photo
Same.
here.
The color is just.
I don't know if but that was the first time I came in here. When I went from here to the kitchen, it felt weird. It just, an eerie feeling. And then I came back
You got a light
and got
going.
these. And then
And where was you standing at?
right here,
Facing
this way. And
The
then,
light would have came from the top left, not the bottom left.
yeah, that's right here. And the same thing in this room. Whoops, that's just,
There's definitely something there.
It's right there.
You didn't have your flash on, did you?
no.
Yeah,
And
the
right
light's
before I
right
took the
there,
picture,
so
it looked
standing
like you
here.
could see an orb right here.
You see on my camera, you're
didn't
not
show me
getting
the
any
picture.
light from the bottom left.
Yeah.
And that might be something.
That first picture that I did, you can see the difference. Where is it? It was dark. Yeah, right there. Look at the
Yeah.
difference.
Didn't they say that this is an active spot?
Right there to there. And then I watched from here, and the cat was like hissing and throwing a fit when we did this.
Well, that would
She
make
was in here
sense.
too. In here. Let's squeeze through this. And right here.
In this area here?
Yeah. This is where that other picture showed up, the light. Right there. His mom, is it your mom or his mom?
That's my mom.
Your mom walked right behind me, said the same thing. She was like, something's right there.
I'm gonna go over here to the mass box and see what's going on. We were getting some EMFs over here a while ago.
And EVP. Alright, so who's here with us?
Liddell, are you here with us? Liddell, are you in the room with us? I'm not getting any EMF now.
Whoever was here, touch that little green light again for us. Hand go one
They
for a
did
second.
her and her father's casket right here under this. This is where they did their
What's going on
service.
here?
Yeah, well,
The funeral. Her and her father both had their casket sitting there.
Liddell, are you in the room with us? Or Allen?
that's correct. So that's correct.
Well, if you're in the room, why don't you touch the little black box over to the left side of him? Oh, touch it?
Yeah.
I was looking at the screen.
I'm sure you got it on camera. Can you move something for us? Can you tell us our names? Can you move anything in this room?
Well, that's some different sound.
Yeah. Listen.
Is this Liddell Allen?
She said yes.
Can you confirm? Yeah, there you go. You're catching on.
I think it might have caught something in one of these photos. Looks like an image of a little girl inside the mirror. Look. I was standing in that room where they was talking about.
Here still? Yes, they
Look
are.
in the mirror. See what I see?
Just a little black box.
See the image of the little girl? Look like a little girl. That wasn't there
Where
when I
was
was.
this room?
That was
Mike, you just missed it.
Well, she might have caught something on this photo, dude.
that was
I asked if the little girls are still here, and I got a yes and a touch the little black
She may have
box.
caught one on the photo. I'm gonna look at the room that she just took a photo of to see if it looks any different.
That was right here. I was standing like right here at this angle when I took the photo. And you see there's nothing, not a doll, anything.
Let me see your photo again.
See the photo?
So that would have been on Let's take another photo. Try to take your photo sideways too. If you
Okay.
can. Wait, you're at the spot where I need to take a photo.
I know, I was just looking.
Oh, it does look different than the photo I just took. Let's go back over to it. It doesn't look all hazy like the other one did in that spot. So it may be something.
It's an image of a little.
Yeah, anytime you take a photo, take two back, or one back to back. All right, she may have caught something on that.
But you missed it.
What did I miss?
Well, it knew your name and my name. And every time it said one of our names or yes, the little black box lit up.
It's good stuff.
And I believe they've caught on the system.
That's good. That means we can use the system now that they've caught on to it.
With the letters, he slowly stopped writing her. He was trying to get a divorce from his wife, and when he found out his wife was going to slowly get all his properties, his money, his everything he has, the letter slowly stopped.
I
and
bet.
Slowed down, and
You got
down
to protect your interests there.
Down to nothing, and she got depressed. She got mad, and on a Christmas party that they were having, I believe it was, she got a plate of food, brought it up here, came into the room, and ate her plate of food, drank her stuff, and her drink, whatever she had, and took her mercury cyanide, and it took about a week for her to die.
Didn't they close this room off for like 40 years?
Yes, the mother came and locked this room, and she says to preserve her daughter's stuff, but they were also think it was because she was scared.
Let's try a different approach. Darling, will you please touch that light?
Maybe by the van?
Liddell, can you let us know? Can you touch the light? Caddy, are you here? Can you touch the light?
Can you sit down on the bed? We're here for you. You can do whatever you want.
We got an infrared reading at the bottom of the stairs.
Bottom of the stairs.
Coming up the steps on this side, normally the temperature is 24.9 and it went down to 6.
That's a significant drop. Was it
Yeah.
Celsius?
Yeah,
That'd be Joe on the stairs.
yeah, the
It's a
first
significant drop in temperature. 24 to 6, right? I've got the recorder set in here, so maybe we'll catch some EVP later whenever I listen to the hours and hours probably.
Let's go upstairs even further.
This is the attic. And then, as they were talking earlier, this is where the all the letters that Liddell had written to her was hidden under the floor.
So is there anybody up here with us?
There's the rain. Let's I'll set this up on a chair here. Ooh. You're right in the way of it, Rob. Yeah, this right here would have been where they figured that Allen used to play. And climb up on this here desk and pull himself up. This is some of his toys. I don't know what that would have been.
Mr. or Mrs. Allen, can you touch the green light for us? Said look.
Look. I was just looking around. 'Cause this is up here's where you've seen something move in the mirror, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Who was up here with us earlier when we came up? I hear you're a fan of mimicking people. You smell that?
What am I supposed to smell? All I smell is mildew.
I smell tea.
Maybe a hint, yeah. Did you sit up here and drink tea while you read your letters, Liddell? Or should I say, have a little spiked tea while he was up here?
Mike.
You know, we singling me out now. I'm just a cameraman. You gotta single this guy out. Rub his bald head. Come on. Why don't you go sit down in the chair and take a load off? You want us to bring you some of your letters? No, we can't really do that. We're behind glass. There's Tate. I get a, yeah, there he is.
There comes the water.
Yes, that's what bucket's there.
What'd you find, Tate?
I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. Just come out of. I just come out of Adele's room, and I pushed the question about her suicide, and I come out of the. I was walking at the foot of the bed, and I had this feeling like, you know, something's fixing to happen, and you can't stop it. And I told her that she shouldn't be ashamed because I attempted suicide quite a few times, and I just had to walk outside. I felt like I was going to get sick. It's just kind of weird because I pushed the question because she committed suicide with cyanide. And if anybody's ever read about cyanide, it causes you to feel like you're being enclosed when it's killing you because that's what it's doing.
Yeah, and it took her almost a week to die. It was
Would have been a horrible
Christmas,
death.
she did it on Christmas night and January 2nd, I think is when she died. So she suffered for almost a week with that.
Cyanide usually don't take that long.
Well, it probably depends on the dosage.
Yeah, she took some pills, a lot of pills. And they said afterwards that the drugstore owner felt really bad for selling it to her.
What were they selling cyanide for?
They used to back in the day.
They did.
Cyanide
They
was
just
used
searched
for
cyanide
anything back in
mercury.
the
They
day.
just had bottles of it.
It was supposed to cure head colds.
Supposed to cure being alive, right?
Yeah.
It cures that
That's
quite
just
well.
like the cough syrup back then was just nearly all alcohol.
Well,
He had
Alcohol, a little lemon and honey.
well, actually, it was alcohol. It was a little mixture of heroin, cocaine, and
Yeah, cocaine.
cannabis.
No,
Yeah.
we can't use this line of dialogue. You know that.
cocaine was supposed
It's
to be
true
used.
though.
I know it, but I mean,
We
you
can
talk,
we can still use it. It's
educational.
it's
It's
educational.
educational
It's a health
history. There you
thing.
go. We're gonna call it educational. Everybody good with that?
Yeah, it's
Good with
educational
that?
history.
It's educational.
It is actually. It's so weird what they use back then.
All right, so we got a phone going off over here showing facial recognition. Let me,
Did it when it was dark. It's not doing it
let me turn
now.
my light down or turn it off here.
Is somebody still here?
You gotta remember.
Right
There it
there.
is. There it is.
Right there. It went off so quick. There it is
Yeah,
again.
it's picking up
Lower.
like something close to the floor. It's picking up some sort of facial recognition.
You gotta
My
remember,
phone's not going on. It's not letting
The
me take
EMF's
a
not
picture.
going on.
You gotta remember her brother was a prankster, so
Yeah, it keeps doing the facial recognition. Right there.
So if anyone has an explanation for that, you can leave in the comment below and
It's not
Maybe
letting me
either-
take a picture of it.
confirm that maybe that's something or debunk it. I'll do a little walkthrough in this house and see if we can catch anything on this camera. Maybe I'm by myself, it'll pick up a little better. Maybe they'll come visit me. Not really my idea. Fun walking around a haunted place by myself. Oh, that's somebody upstairs. I think I seen an orb in here earlier. Creepy dolls. There we go. Back up to the attic.
What was that?
Hey,
Oh, that was back there.
Is it lighting up? Well, I
we
got
just
on.
went to the the third one.
There we go.
Can you move something on the table? Show us you're here? Or can you make that lights go up?
You have several toys here.
Well, when we were up here getting the tour, Rob seen something
it dropped
Move.
22.7,
Look at that.
in that
22.6.
mirror.
It's dropping. Something's going on. Is it the electrical wires behind it, or?
No, it's not even plugged up to anything. It hooked up to anything.
Oh yeah, they're cutting it there.
You know, it'd be funny. Because it was a reflection, like, did something funny.
Yeah, like smack him upside the head.
Yeah.
But I think what might
That's
be
something
connected to the
Where you at?
children's experience is the first building was
Thank you, Ladle.
You're missing it, this thing was lighting up.
Getting something?
Are you the one that made me feel sick earlier?
You're talking about it turning your hand.
Oh, we got some flashes going on there.
Can you make the lights shine? Or light up, whatever you want to call it.
I don't know what that said. Do what? Did you see that?
Is it what?
That was me.
No.
Sorry. No, don't forget, that was me.
Was it lighting up or was it just looking like it in the camera?
It was lighting up.
Did you commit suicide over Pinterest? Because he stopped writing you?
I think it's like really quiet.
Is Joe here?
I almost thought I said, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Liddell, are you here?
Something be out.
Said something be out.
Yeah.
Is there anyone with a middle initial B? Or a first name B?
well, with that Bonner.
Oh, that's right. Is this Liddell Bonner Allen? It is. Can you confirm that by making this thing light up by moving over closer to the gentleman in overalls?
How do y'all feel about the attached spirit that's in the house? Bob.
Any other questions? Don't think of anything else?
Usually responses to just talking about it. A lot of times they jump into conversations. They interact.
The price of,
That was her son. That was the Allen.
huh?
That was Allen. His nickname was Duke there, I believe.
Is Duke here?
Dude.
The owners who bought the house in 1986, and they were the first people who owned the house outside of the Allen family. They painted all the rooms upstairs the same shade of blue, and they said that they had tried painting the rooms different colors, and that was the only shade that the ghost approved of. That was their story.
Yeah.
He said it earlier. They said it earlier.
Was there a mic that lived here before?
Well, what's interesting about that is that every group of investigators gets EVPs that say Mike and Michael. If it seems to me that Michael has to be significant because the name
Still need
is
to figure out who is Michael someone who passed away here?
Yes.
Who is Michael? There used to be a hospital here?
Well, the first building on this site was a girls' boarding school.
Oh, on the site before the house?
Yeah, it was in the backyard. And the house was built in front of it in 1906. And it was still back there for a few years after this house was built. The house was, or the school, the girls' boarding school was built in 1857. And it was converted into a hospital during the Civil War.
So Michael could be anybody.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Maybe it was a soldier in the Civil War.
The hard part about it is Michael is such a common name. Does Michael have a last name?
Cleary. Cleary.
Is your last name, is your name Michael Cleary? I don't even have any way to confirm that. Are there any Civil War soldiers here? Are there any soldiers here?
Wow.
Can you show us you're here by lighting this light?
Right here.
All you gotta do is move close to it. Give us some sort of sign that you're here. What do you think they want to tell me? Anybody else think of anything before we wrap it up?
There's a million questions about my apartment.
Was Michael a student at the boarding school?
That was a girls' boarding school.
Oh, was it?
Well, there's a boys' school there.
Is it really?
There was a girls' boarding school before the Civil War and the boys' boarding school after the Civil War.
I know absolutely nothing. I'm just a cameraman. Did Michael go to school here? Died here?
I thought that's what I heard.
Did Michael die here? Come on, you answered one question, you gotta answer another one.
Never.
Why is Michael so important? Why is Michael here?
Was Michael trapped here?
Why are you trapped here? Can you tell us?
so we just finished our investigation in the Allen House. It has been a great experience, and it's a beautiful house. I mean, just inside and out. And I can tell you one thing, I've never felt such a strong presence in a place before. I mean, we didn't see anything with our own eyes, but we may have caught more on video, and these guys, they got some good stuff too. I mean, so what you got?
In Ladle's bedroom, Liddell's bedroom, I'm sorry. I felt a sick pain feeling, and 4 places in the house we got temperature drops.
What were those 4 places? Do you remember?
Liddell's bedroom, upstairs, in the dining room, and in the kitchen.
And they were significant temperature drops.
Yeah. They were pretty,
Oh, that one was almost 20 degrees.
yeah,
Or
it was like
degrees
it dropped down
Celsius,
to,
whatever
it
that
dropped,
was.
dropped down to like 9 degrees, I think
Yeah.
it was. So it was a big drop from 24 to 9.
So what did you catch?
Got a photo in, what do they call it? The, next to the kitchen there,
The lounge?
lounge, yes.
The lounge?
Where, one photo was pretty clear, and the next one I took just a little bit over. I've got a, what do you call it? Shadow of, light, I guess, in the right bottom corner.
Okay. Oh yeah, in the study, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the study?
The study, I also got some pictures that were major light changes on them for some reason. Yeah. I'm
Alright.
not sure.
And old Tate here is an author. Tell him about your book.
Yeah, I'm in the process of writing a book right now. It's going to be more of an encyclopedia of different places here in Arkansas that is haunted.
Well, I'm assuming the Allen House is going to be one of those places.
Allen House will be in the M's, so I mean in the A's, I mean. Definitely.
Well, we talked about getting you out on a video, and yeah, we had you on the radio and video. So yeah, finally made that happen.
I want a copy of the book so we can go explore some of this place.
We want a signed copy of the book.
Yeah, because he may be famous one day.
He's already famous. He's on YouTube. I mean, come on. What kind? You can't get any more famous than that.
As long as he's not like Jack London famous where he dies and then he becomes famous.
Yeah, we don't want that.
I don't think I'm.
We don't want the hero fame. Just the I did something
Just
great
the
for
regular
him.
fame.
Yeah, yeah.